Hey, what's up, guys? It's Battle Cry. I wanted to do this video because, well, frankly, it's deserved. And I want to explain to you guys a little bit more about me and what this channel is about because I was expressed to, or at least by somebody close to me recently, that I need to be putting more of the you in YouTube, which is weird because for me, that's never really been something I'm not doing. Like, I love my content. I love what I do. And I've always done pretty much everything in my life the way that I want to do them. But if I am going to be my best self, my true self, I think that it's good for you guys to know who I am. It's good to know who you follow. It's good to know who you may listen to. Or, I mean, if we're spending hours and hours and hours together, you might as well freaking know me. Gosh. Oh, you guys gotta give me a break here too. I'm a little anxiety ridden. I don't like looking at cameras. I never have. It's always been a weird thing for me. And it's funny too because I'm not really looking at, there's nobody here. I can't touch you, you know? If there was somebody here that I could touch, I think I'd be pretty good at it. But it's when there's a camera around, I start getting all I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You know? It's weird. But that's just life. And I don't want to live a life of fear. So that's why I'm making this video. Why do I love my wife? Okay? That's the whole premise of the video. And to explain that, I think I need to go a little bit into who I am as a person and some of my life experiences. So if this isn't your type of video, I'd walk away now, okay? I'm gonna get pretty deep here, all right? Pretty deep. Shut your mouth. So here's the deal, okay? When I was a kid, everybody around me wanted to be, you know, fireman, policeman, go up into the stars, be an astronaut. Now, I won't say the policeman one wasn't a thing. That was real, okay? My parents will call me out on that. But in reality, what I wanted to be over anything else was married. Which was weird because I grew up in a very, I wouldn't say like non-religious household. It was very spiritual, but religious wasn't the best word for it. At least until I was around 13. I became a convert in the Mormon church, and I'm not a very strict Mormon. Okay, I don't go to church that much. It's not because I don't believe in the church. It's not because I don't want to go. More of it is, I don't know if I want to say laziness or if I want to say just, I feel God is around me all the time. I don't ever feel like I need to go to church to be around God. And no hate to anybody that does. I mean, I grew up on both sides of the fence. I saw the most spiritual, the most religious, and then I saw the most non-religious and everybody that hated it too on the same side. So I saw both sides. I mean, that was like a mix-up with my family. I didn't have a really like one-sided ordeal. I don't think anybody really does. But that sparked something inside me to be different. I've always wanted to be not a middleman, but I am a devil's advocate. You know, I'm going to voice the opinion of the opposing team all the time. I'm not really don't believe in the underdog guy. But it gets me in trouble sometimes because I'll have family or friends. They're like, why are you not sticking up for me? Like, fuck that guy. But I just, it's a habit. Like, I can't ever not see the other side or the opposing view. And I think it's a good thing. I don't have a problem with it. I love myself. And that's something that's hard to say for a lot of people. It's hard for me to say, but that's true. I love myself. I love what I do. I love my life. I love where I'm at. It doesn't mean I don't want more, you know, but what is more to me? You know, I feel very rich. I have everything that I want in my life. but more to me just means growing, more growth. I want to keep on growing. I want to keep on doing the things I love. This is what I love. I love this stuff. I want to be the most successful I possibly can. I want to make this my job. I plan to make this my job. I know it will be my job. But that is something that is frightening. You know, I got to put myself out there for this to be my job. I got to have people know me. And I've always felt like people don't really like me. I've been told I'm a leader all my life, and yet nobody wants to follow. So I don't get that. Like, I have traits that make me easy to follow because people like to stand behind me. I mean, I guess that's what all leaders are, but I don't want people to stand behind me. I want to walk side by side with all of my peers. We're equal, you know? But I don't have much fear in my life. I know that if I die, I don't belong here. I never have. This isn't where I've ever seen in my true home is. I probably should stay on subject a little bit, right? Why do I love my wife? I just feel that if I don't express my spirituality, who I am as a person, it won't really help to explain that. But I always wanted to be married, and not just married in the way where I'm with you until I die. I'm with you for eternity. And not just this eternity, but the eternity before that, and the life before that, and the life before that, and the life before that. I've always been with this person. I've always been with them in any life. And there isn't multiple wives for me on this planet. There isn't multiple people that I could have been with. I don't believe in that. Okay, I think we make our own destiny, and my destiny has always been with this woman. And her name's Kendra. And I love you, Kendra, if you're watching this. I love you more than anything. It was really hard to find her, to find you. I waited, I can't say patiently, but I knew I'd find you eventually. And if you weren't here, well, frankly, I'd find you in the next life. And I probably would have never gotten married. I wouldn't have. If it wasn't you, I wouldn't have. Just the way it is. I could have died alone here. Because if it wasn't you, there's nobody else. And there's nobody there has ever been besides you. Okay? Right? I don't think this is over dramatic. I don't think this is weird. I don't think this is me just being like crazy. I firmly believe I have been with her since the beginning of my lifetime and since the beginning of hers. And I thank God for that. I thank him and her, you know, because I believe in a heavenly mother and father. I thank my heavenly parents so much for that. It means everything to me to be given this opportunity. And one day, when I'm my own creator, I will try and create something just as special. But your blueprint has given me a lot to work with, so thank you. She is the biggest advocate I've ever had. Okay, anything that I want to do, go for it. Anything that's holding me back, let's figure a way out of it. You know, she helps me with everything in my life. And right now she doesn't have a job. But I think that's a weird statement because I don't want to say her job's helping me. That would also be weird. But her job is, you know, here. It's at the home, like that's where she wants to be, and I want her here too. I love that she's here. I don't know why I'd want her anywhere else. I don't want to go out. I work online right now, and even with this job, I feel sometimes just separated. So I feel terrible for people that are always leaving their home. I can't picture that for myself. Like, I've told her if everything doesn't work, that we'll just sell all that we own and go live in the forest in an RV, because fuck it. Like, I'm with you or I'm not with anything. This is my life, and it will always be my life. And nobody's going to tell me otherwise. You can't stop me. Like, no one's going to tell me how to live my life. And that's one thing that she never does. She doesn't tell me how to live my life. And I really appreciate that about her. I really appreciate her patience with me. I don't think there's anybody more patient than Kendra. She's just such an amazing woman and an amazing person. So kind. I mean, she's vegetarian. She doesn't like to harm anything or anyone. She just is kind. Overflowing kindness. And that's just always been something I wanted in my spouse. I wanted somebody that could understand empathy and could understand the complexity of the human heart and human nature and Mother Earth. It's just, I'm glad I'm with somebody that is capable of doing that, and I don't have to explain it to them. Like, I don't want to seem like a know-it-all. I know a lot of shit, but I don't know everything. Nobody does. I always want to grow. That's the other thing. We work out a lot, and working out isn't easy for her. She doesn't enjoy it, but neither do I. Like, I hate working out, but I do it, you know? Like, you have to do what you hate. That's just life. Enjoy your suffering. And she has a really hard time with that. But ever since the beginning of our relationship, she's been working out, you know, with me. That was one of our first dates. And it really showed me a lot about her that I wanted to see. And I wanted to find out. I mean, she had her ways of testing me. I had my ways of testing her. I wanted to see how she dealt with pain and suffering, because that's a major part of life. Like, I have to know how you deal with adversity to know who you are. That's the easiest way to know somebody, is just how do you deal with adversity and pain. And funny enough, I planned a 30-day challenge. So I do these 30-day challenges. Like, I've done 1,000 squats every day for 30 days, and then 600 push-ups every day for 30 days. All these crazy challenges. And one that I did with her was, we were supposed to run 3 miles every day for 30 days. And for a lot of people, that might not sound like a lot. And I ran state, one state with my team across country. I don't have a very fast mile time. For my own standards, it's like 5:17. A lot of people are going to say, like, holy shit, I mean, I can run like a 10:15. And a lot of people will be like, I run a 4:05. I don't want to set my standards with other people. It's not easy, but it was really hard for me. Okay, it hurt super bad. I have terrible stress fractures that come along every time I start running a lot in my shins, and it was very uncomfortable. I won't say it was the hardest one I've done, but nobody likes to run. Okay, and if you like running, like genuinely, you like running, okay, little cuckoo. But that's okay. I like the cuckoo. Bring it up. Bring it along. She doesn't like it either, though. So we were just suffering, you know? And I had planned that at the end of the 30-day challenge, I'd ask her to marry me. And that the whole goal was to prove that in our relationship, we can go through any amount of suffering and come out the other side together. And every single day, we ran, you know? And every single day, she and I improved. And at the very end, I saw her go and cut her time in, like, people would never say this kind of thing was possible without at least a year of training. Kendra did it in 30 days. Okay, she's fucking nuts. She's amazing. And on the last day, I decided that we were going to run to the temple. And then that was like the 1.5 mile mark, which was purely coincidence. Crazy enough. I'm burping, sorry. But I wanted that. And I set up a marry me sign in the courtyard because I wanted to be around Christ. And at this temple, we had some experiences with one another that were really special. And I've never even been in a temple before, funny enough. But we got there, asked her to marry me. She said yes, and then we ran the way home together, and I was so happy. And I just can't see any other person doing that the way that she did that. She wasn't just brave to prove a point. She wasn't just a person to prove a point to me. She was herself. She did it her way. And that's why I love her. You know, it wasn't for anybody else besides herself. And I may have had to push her. I may have had to help her. But, I mean, like, isn't that what I'm for? Why would I be here to bring her down? You know? And funny enough, she loves playing video games, right? Almost more than I think I even do. It's crazy. A woman who enjoys video games is very rare to find, but a woman who enjoys video games that becomes your wife. Now that is like, I don't ever really see that at all. And it's allowed us to spend all of our time together. All of it. Like, we pretty much spend 24 hours a day together every day, all day. You know, besides when she goes to like the store or like if I have to go do something for work. But we spend so much time together. Such a great blessing. But, you know, a lot of couples don't like that. A lot of couples hate being together all the time. They need their space and need their friends and hoop-de blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll hang out with my wife. She's my best friend. She'll always be my best friend. And if there's nobody else, so be it. You know, it is what it is. We are not all married to God. Nobody's married to God, right? But we're all sons and daughters of God. So you're only married to one person. This is my wife. My soul traveler. I will go everywhere with her. Oh, I have so much passion. I don't know if you can tell. I just have so much passion in this. This is like everything to me. And I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I've been nervous. Not to tell my story, but just to be on camera and like, what are people going to think of me? Ooh. I can't say I don't care. I care what people think of me, but it's not in a way that's going to shape my life. If nobody likes me, okay. Like I said, so be it. I've got my best friend. I don't need anybody else. And you know, that probably... Did I not finish my thought? Let me ponder on this while you listen to beautiful Skyrim winter ambience. Video games. That was perfect. That reminded me. I don't love my wife because she plays video games. I love my wife because she was willing to try, okay? Willing to do something that most girls don't do, most girls hate, most girls never try or are willing to try. She was willing to try something that she really never tried before, you know, besides like Fortnite, but something she never really tried before. Gave it a go, and it ended up being one of her favorite hobbies ever. That just, you know how much pride some people have to like deny themselves of things they'll enjoy because they didn't like it before. To be able to find something you love when you're like 19 is really difficult, okay? It takes somebody who is very receptive to new things, very receptive to life, and just open to new possibilities. I have such a hard time with that myself. Letting my pride go, shit, it's difficult. I'm a prideful son of a bitch. As some of my friends may know. And that she probably knows too. But she's prideful too, okay? Very prideful as well. And we can be combative. We fight. It's not like we don't fight. Like every couple fights. And then people will have a fight and they'll be like, it's the end of the world. No, it's not, okay? If you're not fighting, I don't even know how you're not, like, you're probably not normal. If you're fighting, you're normal. It's how you deal with your fights. That's what matters. And we deal with our fights in that good old-fashioned way of don't let anybody go to bed angry. That's what we do about 90% of the time. When it's the other 10%, then we know we're in probably a real fight, like a real big one. But we still come across all this adversity and get through it together because we're a team. We find a way to move forward as a team. There is no divorce. There is no option of separation because we are one. How can you separate something that is one? You can't. That's all I have to say. So peace out, everybody.